bringing you the truth, or something like the truth. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
Hey, what's good? Happy Hump Day. Good afternoon, and welcome. This is the Bottom Line on 100.7 The Score, 100.7 The Score mobile app. Yours on television, Fox 34 News Now, TSportsNetwork.com. All sorts of ways to text in. Roku, Apple TV, Fire Stick. Got apps on all of that. 950 on your AM dial. However you're joining us today, we appreciate you making us part of your Wednesday afternoon. All right, smack in the middle of July. Alongside Trent Hilliard, I'm Chois Woodman. Lucas White taking care of us today. You can join the conversation as well. You got thoughts, comments, questions? Anything and everything is welcome on that Yates Flooring Center chat line through the 100.7 The Score mobile app. Take the app anywhere with you. Even listen in if you're out in Sopchoppy, Florida. Well, what's up, Coach?
What was the first part of that?
Sopchoppy.
Sopchoppy.
Sounds like a messy place.
It does.
I don't know. Florida's messy in general. Just walk out the door and start drinking the air.
It gets a little humid.
Immediately.
It gets a little humid. That's why it's nice to be on the beach. Get a little hot, go jump in, cool off.
That is good.
Back to the beach.
Yeah, that's you're not a beach guy, right?
I'm a beach guy. I'm not an ocean guy.
That's right.
Yeah,
Okay.
like, give me the beach. I'm good with the beach, but especially Florida, Destin, all that area where you've got the nice sand, doesn't get hot, doesn't burn your feet.
Sure, that's
White
good
sands,
yeah.
Wonderful beach right there.
I agree. So why not the ocean? I did one of these 2-minute drills with someone. I don't remember who answered this. I think it may have been Sheridan Wilson, and his thing that's getting him knocked off of Fear Factor is sharks. That's what he said. Is that why you're hanging out?
Yeah, I'm not dealing with sharks, jellyfish.
The jellyfish are
annoying. Yeah, and you can't see. Yeah, I don't. Like people would go, oh, they want to go snorkeling or deep diving, whatever. It's like, no, that's the worst. Now you get to go down there and see all the stuff that can come up and get you. No, I'm not interested in it. No, not a fan of the shark. And I know the odds are are pretty extreme that I would be the one, but I'm not even willing to risk that.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Yeah.
Could still happen.
Seen too many movies, I guess. And it
guess
is Shark Week this week.
It is Shark Week,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
All right.
Here we go.
I don't usually discover it's Shark Week until you just told me right now.
Yeah.
So it's usually Thursday or Friday of Shark Week because watching regular TV is not normally. I mean, I turn on TV at this point for sports, which we'll have a soccer game coming up later this afternoon. That's about it. I don't remember the last time I went over the Discovery Channel on purpose. The other time I go watch TV is in a hotel room. It's like you start scanning through the channels.
Yeah, where you don't have the options or whatever. So
it's like, all right.
Perfect week for Shark Week because there is just a tad of sports going on and not
a tad,
not a ton. So
we had All-Star game where we had 15 strikeouts by one team last night. We got soccer. We need to do another yawn. We got soccer going on.
Yeah.
Today,
where there'll be
yesterday.
Any less scoring than there was in the All-Star game.
True.
Probably less scoring in the two semifinals combined than there was in the All-Star game.
Likely. And then, we got Open Championship starting up tomorrow.
That can be exciting.
3 Red Raiders representing, so
that and it's good morning.
It is,
yeah. That's the nice thing is it fills a void in the in the morning, and then if you can stay away from the results or whatever and want to just watch it, then catch it on replay. But
yeah, I'm usually turning that on immediately. Like, wake up at 6 a.m. and it goes on the TV or whatever. I think Ludwig has a 9:05 tea time, our time, tomorrow, and then it's like 3:58 on Friday morning.
Oh, wow.
So if you're wanting to hunt for it and listen or watch, it's
the perfect time to go put on a brisket.
That's actually a good point. I think we actually are doing a brisket.
Yeah, so you can get up. You've got the open on. You can be watching. This is it. This is the time.
Perfect. We'll get into more than, early tea times, briskets, sharks. We'll talk some football today. There's a ranking out there of Big 12 coaches that USA Today has done, so we'll see where we agree and disagree on that list. Just when I finally started to get used to something, they pull it away from you. Victory Plus, no longer the TV provider or streaming partner for the Rangers, so now I got used to it, got used to going to the app, figuring it out, and then bam, something called Buzzer is now the new thing. So that's a thing.
And no app, right? I heard they don't even have an app.
Wait, what?
Yet? Yeah, the Buzzer doesn't have.
Is that right? I have just stumbled into this because this news is only hours old. So.
Right.
Is that real? I can't go to Apple TV and
that's what I saw was that they don't have an app right now. I'm
then
not sure how you take
a better
over.
Option? Yeah. They said that this was a better option for them,
and it's for them. For them, it probably is. Not for you.
So does this just mean Victory Plus wasn't paying them money or whatever?
They have a little way to get through it on Apple TV.
Just stream from my phone? Do they have an app on the phone?
No.
No.
But you go through Apple TV.
They don't have an app on the phone?
No.
How do you do it on Apple TV then?
Well, they have a little box with their logo. You can click on it and it will take you to
all right, now I'm just mad.
Sounds like an upgrade to me.
Now I'm just angry. You just I didn't even know any of this stuff. I just thought it was gonna be I gotta go transfer my account. No, this is way worse.
Yeah.
All right, now I'm mad.
I need HSE to come back.
HSE, I saw someone mention that. Just good old Fox Sports Southwest was pretty easy to deal with.
Yeah, just
416. The real ones know. Man. And you know what else today? We're going to find out how much Trent Hilliard holds grudges. So
Uh-oh.
We'll find that out. He has no idea what that's about. It's Texas Tech related. I'm not bringing up any former players. Don't worry. Or coaches or anything like that. But, yeah, we'll find that out a little bit later in the program as well. Y'all join the conversation. Hit us up. Thoughts, comments, questions, whatever you may have. It's welcome on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. This is the Bottom Line on 100.7 The Score.
Getting to the point, but taking the scenic route to get there. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Alongside Trent Hilliard, I'm Chois Woodman. Bottom Line on 100.7 The Score and the 100.7 The Score app. You'll keep your thoughts, comments, questions, whatever you have, coming in on the Yates Flooring Center chat line through that 100.7 Score mobile app. Trent.
Yes, sir.
This is not a start of a dad joke. It could be if you wanted, but I don't know if you're hunting for that. The folks out at USA Today, and I say folks, this may just be one guy, Jordan Mendoza, is who penned this, ranked the Big 12 football coaches.
Okay.
Went through and ranked all the Big 12 coaches. I will go through them from the bottom of the list to the top, according to, I think, one guy here. At 16, Colin Klein. New hat, First-year head
unproven,
coach.
right. We don't
First-year
know.
head coach. Also first-year head coach is 15, Morgan Scalley.
Okay.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. Both guys have not coached at this level. Scalley's probably stepping into a better situation. So, 14, has coached as a head coach, but the least amount of success. That's Jimmy Rogers. So, no qualms with any of these so far.
No.
13, this guy's name would have been way higher on this list, 10 years ago. 8, 9 years ago. Scott Frost, Central Florida. At number 12, they've got Eric Morris.
Okay.
I probably would have him higher. He's had success as a head coach at both of his previous stops.
Right.
So I'd probably have him higher, but I'm also biased, so I don't know. 11, this is another guy that would have been top 5, I think, in recent years. Lance Leipold all the way down to 11 for Kansas. Oh, how quickly we forget things. And I say forget. I don't disagree with it necessarily,
right.
but man, Kansas was an absolute dumpster fire when he arrived.
Yeah.
And they've come off of back-to-back 5 and 7 seasons, but 5 and 7 was a dream when he got there.
Oh, yeah.
So, I don't know. I don't know if that's fair, but you kind of have to move the goalposts when you're judging where they're at.
I mean, they've put a lot more investment into their football, with the facilities and the stadium and doing those type of things. But it's still a basketball school, and you don't see a whole lot of success, sustained success at those type of places, and we'll see if Indiana can sustain what they've got going there at a traditional basketball school.
Yeah. So that is the bottom portion of the league. Now the top 10. Rich Rodriguez, West Virginia. You're banking mostly on previous stops there because first year was 4-8 under him at West Virginia. But I don't think I'm setting him below any of the guys previously. Maybe I might put Eric Morris ahead where they're at right now. But not
Rich
sure.
Rod had a good run his first time there at West Virginia. So
Dave Aranda has the hottest seat in the Big 12, and he's at number 9 on this list. They won a Big 12 championship. That's what he's still got in his pocket.
Yeah.
Because he can claim that, and several coaches in this league can't. But they're 22-30 since they won that Big 12 championship. Not good.
Yeah, is the situation at Baylor better or worse since he's taken over?
Here's the one that is out of place the most to me. Maybe. Number 8, Scott Satterfield. He belongs towards the bottom of this list. I haven't seen anything he's done at Cincinnati that tells me he should be in the top 8. The top half of this league. Do you agree? Do you think he should be higher up?
I'd put him right in the middle.
Okay.
Right now, he's had some
15 and 22 since he's been in Cincinnati.
Yeah. The one I'm waiting to see where they rank that I haven't heard yet. That I would have more towards the bottom. But
he's next, I think. Deion Sanders,
yes.
Colorado.
Wow, they've got him pretty high.
It's still pretty high.
Yeah.
He has not shown that he's had the ability to coach or run a program when his son and Travis Hunter have not
Right.
been involved.
I mean, they obviously had a lot of momentum initially and had some athletes, but man, they've completely fallen off. And if you're a good coach, I don't see that you. Unless you just have no support in this day and age,
which he's got plenty of it.
But yeah, he has that. So
16 and 21 in his time at Colorado,
and not a bright looking future.
This is another guy that I would have had very low on the list last year, going into last year, but now he proved himself. At 6, Brent Brennan from Arizona, probably right about where he should be.
Yeah.
Number 5. They've got Willie Fritz. I think he should probably be even higher than that, personally. Yeah. I mean, he doesn't have the support, and he was able to win 10 games last year. 4 is Sonny Dykes. He's been consistent enough that he probably does deserve to crack the top 5. They've won a bunch of games. He was the first coach to ever play for a national championship and then miss a bowl game the next year. But he's got that record to his name. But
then has bounced back and had a couple of good
9-win seasons.
Yeah.
8-win regular seasons. Number 3, Kenny Dillingham. I think almost everybody would have the same top 3 in this league. When you ask, just everybody would say these are your top 3 coaches in some order. Kenny Dillingham 3, and most would probably put him there right now. 2, Joey McGuire. And number 1, they've got Kalani Sitake, who has not yet won a Big 12 championship, but he is the winningest head coach in the Big 12 in the last couple of seasons. So they've been one of the more consistent teams. I don't really have an issue with those top 3.
No.
You can jostle along some others, but who is the most out of place to you? Dion?
Yeah, I think Dion.
Who is too low that should have been higher?
I would still say Scott Frost.
13?
You know, that I don't think he's done anything to put him that low yet.
Okay.
You know, he's had success at UCF, at Nebraska was kind of below expectations, but people still view Nebraska as this power, and they just haven't been in a long time.
No, they have not.
And the worst thing they did was get out of the Big 12 and lose their Texas connections and their recruiting stuff here, and so I think that's hurt them as much as anything, and so they're trying to get back, and so I wouldn't put Scott Frost that low yet.
Y'all chime in. Tell us what you think. React. Agree. Disagree. Trent, have a good rest of your day.
I sure will. Thank you.
Bottom line rolls on. 100.7 the score.
Bringing you the truth, or something like the truth. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 the score.
All right, now that we got Jamie all primed, it's time to pick some games as we do throughout the summer. Our blind projections have arrived once again. And today, it is Jamie's favorite team, outside of the Red Raiders. He's really having to think of who his favorite team would be.
A team in the Big 12 conference that I'm rooting for.
Okay, this isn't actually that. That was sorry.
Oh, okay.
But who
because
would
I
it
think
be?
I would shock you right now.
It's BYU, right?
No.
Cincinnati?
No.
That would be a shock.
No.
Oh, no way. Oklahoma State?
Yeah, I think it's Eric Morris. It's the Fighting Eric Morrises. Yeah.
That's who we're picking today.
Yeah, I think.
Okay.
I feel like I'm rooting for them
I am shocked.
in that one sport.
Not dismayed, just shocked.
In that one sport. I'm also rooting for them in women's basketball too.
Logan's on the mic right now, so he'll pick in the producer spot. He is like the 5th different guy we've had to pick in 6 tries here. So this is perfect. Well, one was a girl, Evelina. Shout out, Evelina. 3 results have already been logged from our previous picks, so we'll tell you those as we come to them. But the Oklahoma State Cowboys, the game that might have got Mike Gundy fired last year was a loss to Tulsa. That's who they opened with this year. At Tulsa.
Wasn't he actually fired after that game?
So I guess it did. Well, I don't say that's not the only thing that got him fired, but yes.
It was the straw that broke the camel's back.
That's the better way to put it, yes.
Okay.
The Tulsa game was the last straw. At Tulsa, Jamie, does OSU stumble again?
No.
Against the Hurricane.
Pokes win. Pokes win. The Pokes win.
I will also take OSU to win. Who you got, Logan?
Oklahoma State.
The Oregon Ducks are up next. That was one of the ugliest games we saw in college football. Not talking about the Tech one. Talking about the one in Eugene last year where it was... I love how OSU fans have made fun of Tech fans. At least we scored 3 points. But they gave up 50-something.
I was thinking it was in the 60s, but
I think it was actually like 60 to 3. I don't know. Oregon, an 11 a.m. kickoff from Boone Pickens Stadium. Do they get their revenge, Jamie?
They do not.
Okay. I will also take the Ducks, who I think are one of the 2 best teams in the country.
I'm also going to take the Ducks.
1-1 start for Eric Morris in his time at OSU. Versus Murray State. Racers or Pokes?
I think the fighting Popeye Joneses are going to lose.
Is that where he went?
Murray State, yeah.
He's not the most famous Murray State racer.
You had one that played for you recently, right?
Me?
I thought you had a wide receiver. Texas Tech. I thought we got a transfer from Murray State. I thought.
Did we? I thought it was Austin Peay.
You're right. You're right. It's
Let's go,
Austin
P.
They're rivals.
Murray State. John Morant was probably the most famous that has come out of Murray State, unfortunately for Jamie.
I don't
don't
even know who
acknowledge
he
him?
is. Yeah, he doesn't
Who is
exist.
she?
Yeah. Maybe we should disband him
That's possible.
since he asked for us to disband the entire police force in our country.
So John Morant or Darian Williams coming back to Texas?
Oh, give me Darian Williams all day long. I'll be his personal assistant over
There
John Morant.
There are levels to this.
There.
All right, so I assume you're taking OSU.
Yes, I will take the Cowboys.
I will take OSU.
I'll take OSU.
All right, you don't get to pick this, Logan, because it's already been picked. Previous one. We have all picked it. West Virginia, a road trip to West Virginia, and we all picked Oklahoma State to win.
Yeah, I'm nervous about that.
I'm more nervous than, I don't know. West Virginia was the very first team we picked a few weeks ago. But we all picked OSU to win, so that is a 4-1 start, 1-0 in Big 12 play. The next one we also all picked was a home game against UCF. Everyone picked OSU.
I'm
Feeling
still with
decent?
that one, yep.
Would you have picked differently on the West Virginia one? Logan? No? Okay. Lucas would have. The next one up, at Houston. Biggest test outside of the Oregon game, obviously. But one of the toughest conference games for OSU this season. At Houston.
Yeah, I'll take Houston.
I'll take the Cougars as well.
Yeah, I'll stick with Houston.
All right. We've all picked the same so far. Versus Colorado.
This is America's greatest homecoming, you know.
The versus Colorado one?
Yeah, it is.
Why is it America's greatest?
Because they said so.
Oh, okay.
Just like they said it's historic Gallagher-Iber Arena.
We claim it as that, so it is. Okay. So who you got?
I will take the Cowboys.
I'll take the Cowboys at home.
I'll also take Oklahoma State.
So at this point in the season, we have them at 5 wins, 5-2. OSU has a chance to get bowl eligible. A road trip to Iowa State. Do they get bowl eligible there?
I'm going to say no.
Wow. Dang it. I was really thinking about picking it that way. Iowa State's going to beat somebody. I think they're the worst team in the league, but they're going to beat somebody. I don't think it's OSU.
I also don't think it's OSU.
Okay. So we'll still have that one as a win for the Pokes. They get bowl eligible. At Kansas State.
Wildcats.
Wildcats for me as well.
I would take Oklahoma State here.
Okay. Man, Logan's high on OSU. We all picked Texas Tech versus OSU last week.
I'll stick with that.
Jamie picked the Red Raiders. I didn't. And Logan, or whoever picked it, picked Oklahoma State to lose. So.
Okay.
At Arizona State. Man, that is a tough stretch right there.
Mm-hmm.
At K-State, home against Tech, at Arizona State.
Another loss.
Jamie's picked 4 in a row for OSU. I will take a loss for OSU.
I'm also going to take a loss for OSU.
Okay. And then the last game, a home game against the KU Jayhawks.
I'll finish with a win.
Finish with a win?
Finish with a win.
There you go. So Jamie has Oklahoma State at a solid 6-6 record. Back to a bowl game. Is that right? My maths fail. Yes, you have them at a 6-6 record. I am 1 win different. And Logan, very high on the Pokes.
Are you 7-5 or 5-7?
I'm 7-5. Logan is 8-4.
Okay.
Never mind. I'm 8 wins too. Because I can't count or do math. For some reason I picked him.
But you're sure a nice guy, though, Choice.
On November 14th. I don't know why I did that. It's dumb. All right. And as a group, I should probably give the group record as well. We've got OSU at 7-5.
Okay.
I think that's a very realistic possibility for the Pokes.
I do too.
A lot of people are having them higher than that. Like a dark horse to win or to play for the Big 12 championship, or I just think their schedule is too tough to be able to be in those kind of conversations. I mean, that stretch at Iowa State, they may be the worst team in the league, but that's still one of the tougher places to play. And then Kansas State, road trip there, that's tough. Home against Tech, at Arizona State, that's a really tough 4-game stretch. 3 out of 4 on the road. You also have at Houston on the schedule. If they're one of the top 3 teams in this league, that makes that a tough place, even though Houston, not necessarily one of the tougher places to play in the league, as we've seen. So, 7-5 does feel about right for the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Y'all can chime in. Agree, disagree. Tell us where you would have picked different for the Pokies. Jamie will not bring you the question. He'll tell me I'm wrong coming up a little bit later. I have the question of the day. That's next. This is The Bottom Line on 100.7 The Score.
Bringing you the truth, or something like the truth. This is The Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Glad to be part of your Wednesday. This is The Bottom Line on 100.7 The Score and the 100.7 The Score app. LTSportsNetwork.com. Chois Woodman, Jamie Lent, Lucas White across the way now. Y'all keep hitting us up if you'd like to. We welcome the thoughts, the comments, the questions. All of it there on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. Jamer! Let's get to a question of the day.
Time now for Jamie's question of the day on 100.7 The Score. Brought to you by someone not named Jamie and presented by Connecticut of West Texas. Life's hard, your water shouldn't be.
Jamie, Lucas, our fine listening audience, I have a question for you.
Okay.
Which is typically what we do for the question of the day.
It's good.
It's a two-parter. So Chuck, you're going to need to give me 2 answers. Who do you believe that you have pegged in the Big 12? You are the most confident on this is how this team will finish outside of Texas Tech. Okay. Who do you think I am the most confident that this team will be here, or like in this small range? And who is the team that you cannot figure out, that you can't really put your thumb on at the moment? When you're trying to project how these teams will do in 2026.
The one that I have pegged
outside of Texas Tech.
I'm going to go Iowa State.
I was wondering if you would go the high end or the low end. Yep.
Yeah. So the back end,
yep.
I think they're going to be one of the 2 or 3 worst teams. The team that I can't figure out is TCU.
Okay.
Because I think there's plenty of talent there.
Yeah.
But I don't really think they're a legit contender.
Yeah.
The transfer quarterback from Harvard,
That matters.
I think, is really cool. See how that's gonna work out.
I'm telling you, I really think had Brendan Sorsby's issues been revealed prior to his time at Texas Tech, I think Jaden Craig would be on Texas Tech's campus.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay, that would have been fun.
I think he would have battled for Will Hammond for the starting spot. Like,
Okay.
it would have been a competition.
Okay.
But we'll never know.
Never know.
So TCU is the
The team I can't figure out.
wild card type, and Iowa State. Lucas?
The team I can't really figure out is UCF.
Okay.
Kind of really stems with Barnett coming in from James Madison.
Sure.
Just that jump. I mean, he's a talented
He was
quarterback.
good. Yeah.
He won the Player of the Year in that Sun Belt Conference, so I expect him to have a good year, but it's still a big jump, and they've got a lot of new faces on the team, and they've got a difficult schedule. So, but I think they're not a weak team, but I can't figure them out. So that'd be the team that really can't figure out. On the other side, I would go with Arizona.
Okay.
And where do you-
You're set. Yeah, where are they at?
I have them at 4.
So right in that range. You're
Yeah.
confident that they'll be a top 5 team.
Yeah.
Okay. Like Jamie, Iowa State was the team. I don't see how they can elevate a bunch with what they brought in this offseason, with the head coach. I mean, it just brought in a pretty, with all due respect. You can say anything you want after with all due respect, right?
Oh,
That's fine.
sure.
Okay. They brought in a pretty mid head coach in Jimmy Rogers.
Mm-hmm.
I still couldn't pick him out of a lineup. I saw him at media days, and I still couldn't tell you who he was. But they're the team that I'd say, okay, you're hanging at the bottom 2 or 3 teams like Jamie. The team I can't figure out that I think could range between 4-8 and 8-4 this year, maybe even 9 wins if things went really well, is the Baylor Bears. I think they could be the bottom portion of this league if there's some pretty rough start and DJ Lagway looks like he did last year. But if DJ Lagway looks like he did 2 years ago, then I think there's a chance that team could be a lot better. So they're the team I think I'm having the most difficulty pegging.
And it's because Lagway, you just don't know what you're going to get. Right?
I think a lot of these, flux teams that we can't figure out have to do with quarterback. Like Lucas is saying, Barnett's one. I think that Avery Johnson is another one that we've seen good in this league from him, but last year's version, not so much. What's Arizona State going to be with their new quarterback?
Mm-hmm.
Is he Cutter Boley? Is he going to be much better? You mentioned TCU, Jaden Craig. That's a huge swing piece for him. So I think the unknown quarterbacks out there, and I think some would probably say that about Texas Tech with Will Hammond. The ones that are picking Texas Tech to not win the league would push it on the quarterback.
Just because the unknown of the quarterback position. I think that's totally fair.
But I also don't think most of these situations have a top 10, top 15 defense to lean on like Texas Tech does.
Or the run game that Texas
Or
Tech,
the run, yeah.
I guess.
You'd be hard-pressed to find 3 running back rooms in the country that could be even in the same conversation with the guys you have in that room. So, yeah, running game obviously matters a whole lot as well. Back to the Yates Flooring Center chat line. This person says, am I misremembering that when D5 left, he wasn't necessarily pushed out? He just sort of waited too long to commit to have NIL resources still available. Could it just be that he really did like it here and wants to come back now? Sure. I think that's a real possibility. I think he wanted a lot of money. This is just the rumor mill talk. Wanted a lot of money. Tech didn't have it. Or as Tech said, explore your options. He figured out he couldn't get that money elsewhere. Tries to come back to Texas Tech, and there's not anything for him. Not a spot for him.
It definitely felt like he wasn't a priority.
Yeah. So it wasn't pushed out, but it seemed somewhat amicable.
Yeah, it felt very much like it was a mutual agreement
at that point. But it did sound like that there was a moment that he came back and was like, hey, I do want to come back here, if you believe the rumors out there. And there wasn't a spot for him, so he went to NC State. We'll see. The whole Darian Williams thing.
And you would have thought that if you really wanted him, you would have locked him in.
Sure.
Because he was an important player for you previously.
But as you mentioned, desperation, if you want to call it that, your roster looks really thin on paper right now. So if I think just roster-wise, if you added a Darian Williams, it changes the outlook a lot.
He's a talented player.
For your team.
Yeah.
It would. So I think that's – but I don't think he would be the only one. If this 5-for-5 thing goes through, if you get a lawsuit, injunction, whatever, I think there's multiple out there that are pushing for it. And I think Texas Tech would be able to get guys from that.
It's just really weird because if that were the case, that there were players, for example, I'm blanking on the name, the guy who's playing for the Bulls right now.
Atwell.
Yeah, Donovan Atwell. Atwell might have said, I'll come back for another year.
If he would have known.
But because you were good enough to get drafted and you're already playing summer league ball, then you really don't have that chance. Now, although who knows? We've seen others play professionally before and then come back and play.
Don't write anything off.
Who knows?
None of it.
Getting to the point, but taking the scenic route to get there. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Got about a half hour left with the Wednesday edition of the Bottom Line on 100.7 The Score and the 100.7 The Score app. Choice, Jamie, Lucas, all hanging with you from the First United Bank studio. And Jamie has our statement today. Tell me I'm wrong.
All right, gentlemen, our fine listening audience. I am here to tell you today that the most intriguing position group battle heading into fall camp is the wide receiver position. Tell me I'm wrong.
Okay. This is not what you said earlier you were going to do. Tell me I'm wrong on.
Yeah, you already knew that one. I didn't want to give you a head start.
I know, but I wanted to talk some baseball.
Well, we can talk baseball.
Okay, good. Most intriguing battle on the Texas Tech football team.
Intriguing, interesting.
Yeah.
One that you're, looking forward to seeing what happens there. So it's probably one that you're saying it's not completely settled at this point.
I think you're correct on the offensive side. No one likes to talk about offensive linemen. I think there's a couple of battles going on there that'll be interesting in your guard positions. Okay. I think I'd still say what happens at safety. Maybe safety in one of your corner spots, so a couple of secondary positions would maybe be as intriguing. I'm not going to say you're wrong, but I think there's a battle that's as intriguing on the defensive side because you really didn't have holes in your defense last year. Most everything was a sure thing in your defense last year. This year, it's mostly that way, but you do have maybe a couple of question marks in the secondary. So I would say you're not wrong, but I'd also say that it equally as interesting as what's going on in your secondary. For me personally.
Okay. Lucas?
I'm going to say you're right. I'm really interested in seeing how Kenny Johnson and Jalen Jones and my personal bias on Dante Lee and how all these transfers are coming in and trying to fit into this group of guys. We got Hudson coming back.
Yep.
We've got Aiken. I know Choice has seen Chase Campbell a lot, and
Plenty.
as a freshman coming in and see if he can get out there and show what he did in high school here at Friendship. So I think it is the most intriguing collaboration of height and size and speed and all this that we can throw out on the field and just kind of keep opponents guessing on what routes everyone's going to be running on. So I'm very intrigued in the wide receiver room.
Yeah, there's just so many interesting storylines there, the wide receiver position.
Yep.
Lucas mentioned a lot of them.
Sure.
I would throw Leighton Stone into the mix as well.
I would as well.
Because I think he's a guy that will be a bigger factor this season.
Yep, he's been dealing with injuries, so we didn't see him in the spring, but I think he's still there.
So, and so many new guys, and then just the Micah Hudson factor.
That's a big one.
Right?
Every time you say his name, it is
that whole
ears
story.
perk up.
It feels like the one thing that you just know is Chois Woodman.
He's the most consistent, or I guess most consistent.
As far as what we know, what we're going to get from Chois. And isn't there talk about him playing inside and out?
Yeah.
So that will change things up a little bit for him too. But I feel like we know what we're getting with Chois.
Mm-hmm.
But everything else, you just don't know. And you assume they're talented players, and you assume they're going to fit our system. And I think they will, but we'll just have to see. I mean, maybe one of those guys that we think is not the best one is going to turn out to be the best one. I don't really know. I mean, and then you also factor in that maybe your best receiving weapon may be your tight end.
So I agree. I mean, there's a ton of interest with.
I think safety is a good answer too, though, Choice.
Yeah, I think Brennan Jordan's going to start in one of your safety positions. I think that's pretty set. But then you've got a lot of youth beyond that. You got Peyton Morgan, Oliver Miles, Malik Esquera. I think those other safety spots are kind of up for grabs. All three of those guys I just mentioned are sophomores. So I don't know who it's going to end up being. Don Williams, 2 weeks ago or so, put out a depth chart. You could see it up at the LubbockOnline.com, but a depth chart of the depth chart right now according to Joey McGuire. So he had a conversation with Joey McGuire, and at safety there, they've got Peyton Morgan starting. At receiver, it's pretty interesting because one of your receivers is Kenny Johnson, the ex-receiver. He's got that slotted as a starter. Bryson Jones and Leighton Stone are the backup, kind of 1A, 1B. Couple of true sophomores there. True? I don't remember. Yeah, they're both true sophomores. Everybody's got 5 years. How are we going to call the fifth-year guy? Just call him fifth year or super senior, or we're going
fifth year.
Graduate? Can we call them graduates?
Well, that depends, Choice.
Do they graduate?
I mean, you can't call them graduate if they didn't graduate.
At slot, according to this, it is Chois Woodman as your starter in the slot. Jalen Jones, the transfer from, Alabama State?
Yep.
He's second on the list. They got Chase Campbell third right there already. Okay. And this is according to Coach McGuire on this. And then the Z receiver, Micah Hudson as your starter, as it sits right now. Dante Lee's second. So it is fascinating because it does feel like you got more depth at receiver than you've had. The question is, do you rotate more than you did? Does Mac Leftwich, does Juice Johnson, do these guys decide, hey, we're not sticking with our frontline guys as much as we did the last 2 years? Because it does feel like you brought in Lee and Simmons and Jalen Jones, all these guys and Kenny Johnson.
So you're going to spread it around a little bit more.
Because it does feel like you got a good mixture of some of the up-and-comers that you don't want to just leave them on the sideline the whole time, or you end up not having them on your team the next year. That's how these things work. But, no, I think receiver probably is the right answer. I'm looking forward to it. I don't know how involved they need to be. I don't know how much you're going to have to toss the pill around this year, because I think this is an offense where it is run to set up the pass in 2026. And you also have a third element, if all the way healthy, of a quarterback that can run the football a lot more than you've had in recent years too. Mm-hmm. So the offense feels like it has potential to be more wide open and maybe even less predictable, I guess, than it has in recent years. Definitely last year.
This has been the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score. Go to 100-7thescore.com for more from the Double T Sports Network.